When you look at the first cut of a film like Alien, you've really got to use your imagination because there's no sound, for one thing. Lots of those scenes were shot with all these noisy machines or effects working on the stages. So you used to run all these things silent. And it's boring. So you've got to imagine what it's going to be like with all these jingling chains and the rain. But when you got the music effects and everything. So that was one of the things you had to sort of combat. Let me just say to start with, I think the man is a genius. I think he's done the greatest scores, who I admire. But I also feel he's very stubborn, like I am myself, I think. And when it came to Alien, I temped the film myself with as much Jerry Goldsmith music as I could because I knew he was going to do the film. And I must say at times, there's areas you can get to work better than they do later, and that's not degrading anything composers do. But I don't think anybody is closer to the film than the director and the editor will ever be. I mean, we live with this, it's ours, and the thing is, when you're trying to create a temp score, and if you're interested in music, which I love, it's a love of mine, then you know the mood you want to create, you know what you want to try and say musically. And I don't think you should try and influence the composers too much, but if you get a mood correct, that's the mood I feel they should go with. They can change the theme, change the orchestration, but keep in mind the mood that we created.
I remember when the pods opened, you know, from the hypersleep, they did eventually temp track it, and with a piece of music I had written for Freud. And everyone thought that, oh, look how wonderful that music works. I said, it stinks, it's all wrong.
And I don't think he ever forgave me for using like Howard Hanson for the end of the film and keeping the music that he wrote for Freud. I do think that what we did on our temp in those areas was better than what he did. And I'm taking nothing away from the rest of the film because what he did was perfect for it.
Really is a brilliant filmmaker. He's a brilliant visualist. And I think that was just his second film, and he wasn't as articulate then about what the music should do. I think he thinks so much in visuals, and music cannot replicate the visuals. It's not what it's supposed to do. He wanted me to be visual with the music. I can't be visual with the music. That's not what I'm supposed to do. Let the director and the cinematographer put the visuals on the screen. Let me do the emotional.